Well, this is just fantastic. Just when I'd found something to devote my existence to, other than devouring mortals, it was cruelly taken away from me. I refer, of course, to the restaurant in which I was the acting head chef. Gone in the blink of an eye. But fear not, for the great Fang Foom will return to the culinary world with his latest venture. Fang Foom's fantastically fresh and filling, fat-free Frogurt Factory! All I need are a few ingredients to get me started, and perhaps a catchier. Hurry along now! The sooner I can open the the sooner this good city can continue to enjoy my culinary wonders.
Sokovia? Where's Sokovia?
I'm a down-on-the-luck kind of gal. When do I get my superpowers? You guys are really reading on my brain here.
The trains from Grand Central and I know you heroes are normally just flying across the sky without a care in the world, but if you've got a moment, there are some criminals close by, so,
What's taking so long? Find me those ingredients before my good spatula finds your backside.
Rocks.
Got reports of a high-speed chase in progress. First one to bump him off the road gets first dibs on the donuts. All units, there's a stolen truck tearing it around Manhattan at high speed.
I've made my mind up. Today, I'm not gonna mess up anything.
I read some Iron Man fanfiction last night. Here's hoping Tony's
stop in the name of... Get it? Oh, that's it! My week is ruined now.
Hurry along now! The sooner I can open the Marvelous! This is everything I need to make my very first fantastically fresh and filling fat-free Frogurt. And, as is the case with any successful business, once that first Frogurt is out of the way, the rest just falls into place. That, and once my small business loan comes...
I read some Iron Man fanfiction.
Oh, it's so good to see the city again. Oh, hello. You know, I used to come here all the time when I lived in New York. There was a charming little cafe nearby. Nicely done. However, it would appear that Steve isn't in sight after all, as if Captain America would be in need of a hot drink right now. In any case, thank you for... hang on. 10 cents for a cup of coffee? Can you believe it?
Well, that happened. Well, I guess it's time to move on and go back to life before aliens flew in and trashed half of Manhattan. And for me in the cafe, that means getting some customers back in. A bunch of our regulars were happily sipping their mochachinos when it all went down, and I haven't seen them since. You don't think anything happened to them, do you? I'm hoping they're all just still hiding.
They got away.
If you see anyone looking scared and thirsty, send the...
What I wouldn't give for a macchiato.
Oh, thank Thor! Oh man, this faring for my... You came to rescue me! Ha, awesome!
Any chance you could grab some shawarma while you're out? Maybe some mac and cheese?
Is it safe to come out yet? So, it's safe now? Oh, great.
It's these moments that make... Okay, now it's my turn to hit you!
Aliens in London, England? Next...
So tired and weak. Need... Oh, my hero! Now out of the way! I need my beans.
What's the price of real estate is
If you see anyone looking scared and thirsty, send them my way. I'm so glad everyone got back safe. Thank you so much. And on a side note, totally a byproduct of this whole thing, you understand. My tips should start rolling back in. Here, I think you definitely deserve a cut.
Where are you hiding, you overgrown iguana? I've heard that the dragon Xiao Lao has been seen lurking around this area. I kinda hoped after defeating him a while back he'd, you know, stay defeated for a little longer. But it looks like he's decided to be reborn again for, what is it, the 67th time? Either way, we've gotta stop him. The last thing this city needs is another rampaging lizard thing stomping about the place. You might not recognize a dragon when you see one, but don't worry. I'm a bit of an expert. Don't know if I mentioned it, but I defeated Xiao Lao before. Got it. Look, over there. It's Xiao Lao. Get him! Huh? Oh, wait. Wrong dragon. Sorry, folks. There he is. Now we've got you, Xiao Lao. Huh? Ah, not again. Okay, this time it's definitely Xiao Lao. It's all in the scales. What? Another costume? Is there some sort of festival going on? Huh? Well, looks like Xiao Lao isn't here. Just a bunch of really convincing costumes. I guess there's no threat here after all. Or is that just what he wants us to think? Yeah, now I get it. Think you can lull me into a false sense of security, do you, Xiao Lao? Well, no dice! The Iron Fist will remain clenched and waiting until you show your true face. Which could take a while, so you can probably get going. Thanks for the help. Huh? Huh?
Yeah, I guess I could just order online.
I must have a serious case of moth in my wardrobe. Why else will all my shirts be in pieces? I really need new clothes, but my boss will let me leave my post long enough to go to the store. Would you mind picking up some shirts for me? Preferably a whole bunch to keep me going for a while. By the way, if you see a green mannequin in one of those clothes shops, please tell her. Never mind.
Incoming crime report. Looks like a possible robbery. Reminds me of when that guy stole a priceless gem and then just put it on a glove. I mean, who does that?
I have a job for you, if you're interested.
As far as size goes, I'm usually a triple XL. But if they don't have those, a plain old double XL should do the job. Hey, you got my shirts. You've done me a real favor here. I was worried I was going to have to come to work tomorrow. Wearing that incredible Hulk costume I got for Halloween. Oh man, bear fights? Huh. Careful around that leg. They say someone got attacked by a bear in there the other day. Can you believe it? I mean, who ever heard of a bear in Central Park? If I ever do see one though, I got a big green friend I'd like for him to meet.
Between a Quinjet and a ChaotiX.
What the? He could have had this bear licked in no time. Oh! That looks painful. Don't just stand there. Somebody, take a picture.
So you...
That was really something. Might even say it was incredible. Hulk.
A rent controller. Oh, it's such a good day.
How could anything? You know, doing what you think is right doesn't mean you only ever fight the bad guys. I've got to get back to the Griffith without being spotted by any more SSR agents. I knew I should have brought my blonde wig with me. Wait, you look like a completely trustworthy person. Fancy a pleasant stroll through the city?
I've made my mind up. Today I'm not gonna mess up anything.
I suppose this means it's time to go to work.
Crikey O'Reilly, now what?
I'm Peggy Carter, and I'm not here to take lunch orders. I'm beginning to think this day will never end.
Hey, do you have a second? Don't worry, it's not work-related.
Thanks for the hand. You're certainly more capable than that outfit you're wearing would seem to suggest. Sorry, that was rather mean. I'm having kind of a bad day. I should be able to make it the rest of the way, but thanks again.
Might I borrow you for a moment? Don't worry, it's not anything too taxing. Just a little brain surgery. You may not know this, but the great Sorcerer Supreme was once a mere neurosurgeon, until an accident robbed me of the full use of my hands, and I was reduced to performing back-alley operations to get by. However, the brain is not something you want to be tinkering with without a steady hand, and some of my patients from that time were left slightly mentally defragmented. The Sorcerer Supreme has the ability to heal them. I just need a little help finding them. The patients I mentioned all have a fairly obvious tell. Quite simply, they all think they're farm animals. Keep your ears open, and I'm sure you'll be able to track them down.
Oink! Oink, oink, oink! Oink! Oink!
I read some Iron Man.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
I swear, nobody's taken that dumpster away in years.
Moo! Moo? The patients I mentioned all have a fairly obvious tell. Quite simply, they all think they're farm... Yes, this is all of them! I must thank you. Finally, I can right this wrong committed in my darkest hour. Or at the very least, dress them up and open up some kind of petting zoo. I'd rather think there could be some serious money in it. What do you think? Don't worry, I wouldn't dream of leaving you out of the profits. I jest, of course. About the petting zoo, I mean. Yes, even I am not that strange. Might I borrow you for a moment? Don't worry, it's not anything too taxing.
got?
I hope you weren't trying to assault a police officer.
I finally figured out how to
Calling all cars, calling all cars. I wonder if someone will randomly ask me for a story about my past today. Disguise can often be an agent's greatest weapon. Working for the SSR, I often felt invisible to my co-workers, but on missions, the skill of not being seen usually proved to be very useful. Wait, who are you? Are you supposed to be my backup? You'll stand out like a sore thumb dressed like that. Help me follow this suspicious-looking character. Careful now.
I swear, if one more person tells me to keep calm and carry on...
Hey, how you doing?
Well done, you. I dare say you'd make a fine agent. You know, sometimes the most dangerous work can essentially be summed up as a highly sophisticated game of peekaboo. I'll take these findings back to the SSR, but thanks again.
Is anyone receiving this message? We're getting reports of an incident close to your location. If you can hear...
I have a job.
The horror. The pasteurized, milky horror. Oh, hello again. You know, this Daisy Clover milk farm and I have a long history. You wouldn't think that a seemingly innocent-looking place like this could hold such a terrible secret. I previously infiltrated this organization by wearing a clever disguise. However, they won't be likely to fall for the same trick twice, so perhaps a rather more stealthy approach will be required. I'm not exactly sure what I expect we'll find, but I have reason to believe it might be something rather out of the ordinary.
Hiya!
Well, I certainly wouldn't have expected to find that. I suppose everything turned out all right in the end. I mean, yes, we did cause a small amount of property damage, but there's no use crying over spilled... What's that expression again? Such a busy city. That never seems to change. Getting around a big city like this can be a little stressful at times. Especially these days with giant green monsters rampaging down the streets in what is essentially their underwear. But it wasn't always like this, you know?
Whoa! I can't believe I'm being carjacked by someone as cool as you!
God only had to deal with Loki. I am angry New Yorkers.
Where is everyone?
I've made my mind up. Today I'm not going to mess up anything.
Forget about it!
Where are you hiding, you overgrown iguana?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's probably my fault.
Thank you for your assistance. Your driving skills leave a lot to be desired, but you got me here, so that's a start. Anyway, mustache, I've got top secret, telephones to attend to. Cheerio!
Well, the cat's out of the bag.
The city is so beautiful. Well, the top side, at least. When Howard Stark's inventions were stolen, Mr. Jarvis and I had to retrace the culprit's escape route through the sewers. It wasn't exactly pleasant, so you can imagine my reluctance to go back a second time. Mr. Jarvis! Now, where's he gone to? Honestly, of all the places to lose your car keys... Wait. Perhaps there's a way I can retrieve them without having to go back into those wretched sewers. You there! Fancy a spot of fishing? There they are. Wait until I tell that Mr. Jarvis. You'd think someone with access to Howard Stark's money would just buy another car. Oh well, thank you for your help. You've saved me a bath and several bars of diamond toilet soap. Well, I see they managed to rebuild the old place. I probably shouldn't say too much, but I came here once, years ago. I was investigating something for a friend of mine, and the trail led me here. Looking for clues in this refinery shouldn't be too much of a problem. I mean, as long as there isn't a team of heavily armed security guards inside. Why do I get the feeling I'm going to regret saying that out loud? I suppose this means it's time to go to work. Sorry to do this, but I'm afraid you've managed to get on my bad side. Why can't some people learn to play nice? Good work. I'm free to search for clues now, so you'd better get out while you've got the chance. Oh, don't worry about me. It's hardly likely that things might spiral out of control and result in the destruction of the entire facility. Oh, why do I have to keep setting myself up like that? Oh, Angie, you were always meant for great things. My friend Angie was finding life as an aspiring actress rather difficult, so when she told me she was auditioning for a role in a small play, I felt I should be there for her.
Oh, you are so getting logged in.
Glad I managed to avoid having to take lunch orders for once. Glad I managed to avoid having to take lunch orders for once. Now I can use my break to go and meet Angie at... Wait, is that the time? Already? You wouldn't be able to give me a lift by any chance, would you?
Heavens to Betsy!
Don't make me write you a ticket.
My lawyer's gonna hear all about this.
I got a cousin out in Tennessee wearing fly, and she saw a Tony Stark in a diner out there.
Evasive maneuvers.
We seriously need to revise our heroes for hire clientele.
This should be far enough. If Angie sees me being driven by someone dressed in your attire, she'll ask a lot of questions. Actually, perhaps you and I belong on stage. What with you in that outfit and my ventriloquism act. Actually, forget I said that.
Those aliens certainly made this a memorable holiday. I must remember to tell Auntie Vera about this.
The Captain America Adventure Program. I never enjoyed those old Captain America radio shows. I mean, really, who writes such rubbish? But when I hear them now, they seem to make me feel strangely nostalgic. There is, however, one particular character I'm not such a great fan of. Nurse Betty Carver. Can you believe that? They've changed my name and put me in their silly little radio show. It's completely disrespectful to the actual Captain America. Someone really ought to be doing something about this. I can't do it. I really don't like the program, but I suppose if it cheers other people up and they enjoy it, then who am I to judge? I just hope that someday the real story of Captain Steve Rogers can be told, preferably without a damsel in distress.
I hope it doesn't rain a lot today. Crime fighting is hard enough without bad weather. Speaking of crime, we've got reports of an incident close to where you are.
In times of crisis, it helps to keep... Ready for another adventure? All right, but you must focus. Please, focus. Oh, sorry. I forgot. I'm not a big fan of that particular phrase for some reason. Why are all these people fighting each other? Best guess, Dr. Fenhoff and Dottie Underwood discarded some midnight oil in this area. We need to find a way to calm everyone down before it's too late. Hurry!
Forget about it!
It would appear that dancing isn't this group's greatest skill. Thank you for all your help, and always remember to know your value. Anyone else's opinion doesn't really matter. Take care.
I guess you don't get what I mean.
Your Quinjet is double parked and is currently being booted.
Maybe I should just call Dr. Cho. No. I can handle this.
While we're all delighted that Dr. Cho's cradle technology succeeded in creating an entire being, its structure was a little compromised during the process and it requires some maintenance. I propose that we cause a disjunction between the push connectors and the dynamic core. This should culminate in the extracellular architecture suspension I'm sorry, basically what I mean is we need to turn it off and on again. Even with such cutting-edge technology as Oh, sorry. I forgot that Dr. Cho encrypted the startup sequence. She never got around to showing me how to bypass it. But never mind. I'm sure you'll have it cracked in no time.
And now a moment's silence. Incidents involving broken rules, alternate dimensions, and an unnamed shot of thunder. Moment over. Back to work.
It seems to have worked. The cradle is back online. Now, for future tests, I believe we just need to revise both the mechanical integration and the synthetic pull in order to... Sorry, I'm doing it again, aren't I? Thank you. I'll be sure to credit you in my notes. Every time I see the Avengers, I wonder, could I be a superhero? It seems as though many do start their heroic careers as scientists. Maybe all I need is the right scientific disaster? Well, let's not jump the gun. To start with, I'm not even sure what kind of weapon I would use. Though I imagine there'd be plenty lying around here. Could you perhaps fetch me some so I can perform some tests?
Agent Roberts is once again awarded Agent of the Month for his work on his secret missions, and we are all just super thrilled for him.
The level 6 agents would like to remind the level 5.
Access granted.
The level 7 agents would like to remind the level 6 agents that the level 7 staff room is out of bounds to the level 6 agents. Again.
I've made my mind up. Today I'm not going to mess up anything.
I'm still unsure on what type of weapon I would actually... That's quite a selection! I hope S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't mind me borrowing them. You may want to be somewhere else for the next stage of the experiment. As I said, I'm a bit new to these things, and I wouldn't want to have to regrow one of your appendages if something goes wrong. Thanks for your assistance.
Maybe if we hadn't spent all of our budget rebuilding everything, we could get a PA system that didn't pick up errant signals from Berlin.
It's not glamorous work, but somebody's got to do it. The Avengers, huh? Gotta admire them for all the world-saving they do. But I wish they'd have a little more consideration for the little people. Take Tony Stark, for instance. Last time he was here, he was snacking on blueberries. Ended up dropping more on the floor and into our machinery than in his mouth. And who has to clean up after him? Yours truly. And you, I guess. I mean, you can't possibly listen to me complain for that long and not want to help, right?
being equipped with countermeasures to prevent...
Shield thanks you for your continued work.
They might not seem it, but blueberries are actually a pretty big security risk. One rolls into the wrong vent and...
Shield thanks you for your continued work.
Anyone else bothered by how quickly they managed to rebuild the base in New Mexico? I can't even get them to spring for railings on the helicarrier. The marketing department would like to remind you that they put in as much effort as all field agents, scientists, and communication experts. Which I'm sure is why S.H.I.E.L.D. is considered a terror.
Good to have you with us.
In light of tomorrow's visiting congressman, please ensure that your desks are in a presentable state. Yes, he is from the party we don't like. No, you may not use your company or personal possessions to spell out rude messages detailing what you think of his economic policies.
Should have mentioned. Sound dumb, but I have to itemize them. Let's see. If we take the average amount of blueberries in the bag, subtract the amount seen being consumed by Stark and other Avengers on the security cameras, then... Great! This should be all of the rogue berries accounted for. Here, take this for a job well done.